one last little demonstration. Don't leave in a hurry. Let me give you one idea why cooperative credit unions are so important and why you ought not to confuse us with a bank, right? What is this? Piggy bank, right? No, that's a piggy bank. 500 years ago, I think that's about the right one, right? There was a guy in England who said, I'm going to come up with a animal or something to put coins in that would represent my B, A, and K, right? Now, if you think about that, that guy had all kinds of choices, didn't he? Could have been a sheep, could have been a dog, right? But that guy knew his banker. And what a pig does is take a little more than its fair share. That's what pigs do, right? So if you don't think, if you're not, the next level, what Rutherford is doing in the staff here, is you want to take it to the next level of social responsibility. If you're not using Weaver Street Market, you ought to be ashamed. If there's some reason you're not using a credit union, and there are over 100 different ones in this state, David Bramer manages one, he's one of your members here. If you're not doing that, then perhaps you're not investing in your community as you should. So, if I haven't convinced you, one thing I'd like you to do is when you get home, I want you to break some bad habits and use your credit union cooperative if you have that opportunity. Now,
we have time for probably as many questions as you have, but only one answer. What are your questions?
How can I find a credit union that I might join if I'm not a member and I'm not a state employee? You should call the website, North Carolina Credit Union League, if you look it up, and they have a selector service, and you can kind of page through them. There are many community-based credit unions now. It used to be who you work with, right? But Coastal, for example, in Raleigh, allows most everybody to join. David, help me. Who else would you?
Self-credit.
I'm not familiar with them.
I think Latino's eligible
Latino
is a community, particularly in Scarborough.
You can also trace your family tree. Are you from North Carolina? Are you married? Marry a teacher or something. Do you receive a paycheck from any agency of the government, federal, state government, or local? Anyway, do a little inquiry, and you'll find some. But there are 100 different ones in there.
Why don't you do the right thing and let all people in North Carolina belong to your credit union?
Because that's not the kind of co-op that we are.
You'd be doing the right thing for more people.
Well, maybe we'll put it to a vote of our members. Where are you from?
Durham.
Originally.
Pennsylvania originally.
Yeah.
Somebody had to be born there.
We happen to be a limited franchise credit union. Our board has always said we ought to stay with that. Didn't get to the slide, but growth has never been one of our goals. As a co-op, if you serve people well, you will grow. And if you stay in North Carolina long enough, you're going to end up related to some of us one way or the other. Adam and Eve, eventually we're going to get you off. It's just not what we are. That's not what we're structured as. We don't serve the public nor the folks outside of our field of membership.
Lady in the back. Would you come to the mic, please?
I'll just talk really loud.
Okay, really.
So, do you have any ideas kind of in the works right now, or ideas for how you build wealth in this economy that's part of our time?
Yes, well, with us, I didn't get to it. We also have an investment organization. We are an insurance company, sure. We have an array of, first thing we find is help people get out of products, financial products that they should not be in. We find folks all the time, you bought a car 3 years ago and you finance it, well, your rate is probably 9.75. Just go in and get it refinanced. So part of it is just trying to educate members on what their alternatives are and how they can save them. So first thing is to lower your current cost. If you're using a credit card, right, you need to come on out of that probably. You've probably got one of the city banks and you got reward miles. Now, do you really think Citibank loves you? You think they would not want to make money off of you? And all of us have got those cards, right? We are in products where the advertising and the marketing has led us to believe we're really going to get a good deal. You believe 0% financing is true at the car dealer? Absolutely, but 80% of us finance the car at the dealership because they spray us with pixie dust and we want to drive that baby home, right? We're all falling victim to these traps because we don't take a little bit of time and look for alternatives. So in terms of building wealth is, first of all, look at what you're paying in terms of your obligations. And savings, all of us have trouble. Save a little bit every month. It doesn't matter what rate. You put $25 somewhere and forget about it, you'll be Warren Buffett when you're 120. Can I do one? Does that? Let me give you the one dilemma. All right, Andy, now you're it. The biggest struggle that we have as an organization, and you do too as a co-op, is people say, well, Weaver Street's no different from Walmart or Harris Teeter, right? You say, no, we're a co-op. We're member-owned. We're worker-owned. We're cool. So, I want to do a comparison with you, right? You've heard the idea that comparing apples and oranges is a mistake of logic, right? That's dumb. Right. Okay? Andy, I want you to answer the following question. You say Weaver Street is the same or different from your competitor at Walmart Foods?
Different.
Okay? This is Walmart. This is Weaver Street, all right? Answer the question, same or different, all right? Ready? Are they both fruits?
Yes.
They both grow on trees?
Yes.
Same, right? They have seeds? Same.
Leave orange.
Do they both make great juices? Yes. Well, Andy, you keep saying you're different, but everything I ask you, it's the same. What's the difference? There is a difference.
Let's thank Jim.
Oh, we got one more.
Want to say one?
Yeah, I wanted to know.
Our members elect our board. We don't have this inbreeding.
I wanted to know how you influence the foundation. The choices of the foundation. I mean, I go back far enough as a credit union, and I remember just paying it as a checking account fee. But I also got a lot of interest on my checking account then.
Oh, how does
everything
one
else.
influence the foundation?
How does
a
one
member
influence the foundation?
The projects are, you saw they're mainly facilities. We don't do the grants like y'all did tonight, the operating grants. We do facilities, bricks and mortar, something that can be replicated around the state, like teacherages. We started with one, we now have 4, looking for. They come from our advisory boards. Chapel Hill has 5 or 6 branches. Each has an advisory board of 12. They make the recommendations. They help us vet what's good and bad. We don't know, right? The community has to help us make those decisions and where we ought to spend money. So they come from the advisory board to the board of the foundation. And there's a website out there if you'd like to see the criteria. They're out there, about a 2-page application, saying what you want to do. We're transparent, don't give me that.
Let's give him a hand. Thank you. We are closing, and we are on time. Please fill out comment. Thank you all for coming out. We are adjourned.